Welcome back to today's morning report on Monday the 15th of June with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Tantech Markets. I'm going to look at Eurodollar now, and Eurodollar has been trading sideways basically in this band really since January. 10 big figures either way, you could argue. And it's now up in the upper portions of this band, and I see a trading pivot level around the 1050 level. So the fact that you're trading above that pivot level suggests you're in a more of a positive mindset in the euro generally, but the last few days it's been drifting lower. But just generally speaking, it's fairly neutral in terms of all the technicals on a medium-term basis. So sort of looking intraday, you get a little bit more of an idea that you're just a little bit negative near term. You're sort of drifting away in the last few days, sort of lower highs, lower lows. Although you just rallied in the last couple of hours, actually, interestingly, because Euro started off quite negatively on Monday morning, and it's just found a bit of support once again. But it's fair. I mean, it is fairly neutral still. But I would say that just purely by the fact that in the last 3 days you've been dropping to lower highs and lower lows, I'd say that the pressure is sort of more towards a corrective angle on this euro. However, whilst that resistance at 12.96 remains intact, I would say that you've got to be playing sort of more to probably the short side if on the very near term basis. But I still think that you've still got that pivot level around 10.65 or 10.50, 10.65, depending on where you take it from. 10.65 was a few lows. Let's just look here. Basically, that big sort of support band there, and then 10.50 was the reaction low that we had a couple of weeks ago. So that is your key pivot band that I'm using, but it just looks as though it's going to be putting pressure back on that 11.50 mark at some stage, because you are sort of more of in a corrective configuration on these near-term momentum indicators. You've got the MACD lines now, which is sort of now slightly more negative. The RSI has been sort of pushing towards 60 and falling over, but then going back towards 30. So again, that suggests a more corrective outlook, but nothing too significantly bearish, but just slightly more near-term corrective. So I'd say that this recent rally that we've had today is probably actually going to turn out to be a bit of a selling opportunity. Certainly, whilst that resistance around sort of 13 big figure remains intact. So just keep that in mind. You're sort of bouncing back to the resistance arguably of these sort of moving averages as well. So could well turn out to be that this little rally that we've had in the last couple of hours, 3 hours, is actually going to prove to be a bit of a selling opportunity once again. So you've got your initial support at 11.88 and then 11.50, but I still think that you could well see the euro just drifting back towards this pivot level this week, and it could be that this little rally is a chance to sell on a near-term basis. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading on euro, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.